Hello guys! Every person on the planet has a talent. Some people can draw, other people can sing beautiful songs, and others can run really quickly, or are good in science or mathematics. If you think that you don't have any talents, don't worry, because you probably just haven't discovered them yet. Turns out there are innumerable talents, and some of them are so unusual that it's even hard to understand how people found out that they had them. Sit back and watch carefully, because today we're going to show you people with the most unusual talents on the planet. Let's get it on. Frank Cannonball Richards. If there were a prize for the strongest abdomen on the planet, it would belong, no doubt, to this man. Frank Richards, aka Cannonball, began his very unusual climb to fame in the 20s of the last century. It all started when Frank noticed that because of his strong muscles, it was very easy for him to bear punches in the stomach than for other people. At first, he simply allowed his friends to beat him up for fun, but then he decided to experiment and find out how far a human can go, and specifically see the boundaries of his ability. It's worth noting that this was dangerous, and we strongly advise you to not try this at home. Gradually increasing the load, Frank Richards trained himself every day, until the point when he was able to endure attacks that would be traumatic for ordinary people. Frank did everything he could to impress people and test his own strengths. People jumped on him, hit him with a sledgehammer with all their strength, and he was even used for training by famous heavyweight boxer Jack Dempsey. However, Frank crowned his career with a special performance, after which he received his original nickname, Cannonball. The man was shot with a special spring-loaded cannon, and he survived, of course. Obviously, it wasn't a real cannon. It couldn't even break a concrete wall, but no other person in the world could bear such a blow. Frank Richards became so famous all over the world that even the creators of the show The Simpsons created a similar story for Homer. Bee King. If you think that superheroes that can control insects exist only in the comic universe, well, you're wrong. Truth be told, this man can't control any insects, only bees, but it's quite impressive. This professor of the University of Entomology devoted his entire life to the study of these amazing creatures. With the help of science, he even learned to control these insects. Using a secret trick, he forces the bees to fly to him from all around. They cover his body, creating a solid layer and forming a kind of protective suit, and not a single insect stings him. The man is so confident about his power that he doesn't even wear any special protective equipment. But what is his secret trick then? The fact is that the body of the man is covered with a pheromone used by the queen bee to control the swarm. These bees act as a single organism, and for them, the man is the queen bee. Somehow they don't see the difference. Issamachi. Many people work all their life to achieve something amazing and get in the Guinness Book of Records. Issamachi is one of these people. His incredible skills with the sword allow him to cut even a bullet flying at great speed. Long years of training allowed Issao to develop his reflexes, and now he's able to cut a tennis ball in half flying at a speed of 161 km per hour. And that's not even all. In 2011, Issamachi became the record holder for the most sword cuts to straw mats in 3 minutes, with 252 cuts. Bear in mind that each mat has a hardness similar to that of bones. Another record was set last year. Issao again made some very fast sword cuts, and again was successful. Haji Ali. Unfortunately, seeing this person showing his skills live is impossible, because he lived at the end of the 19th and the beginning of the 20th century. At that time, he was a famous circus performer, touring in the UK and some other countries. There were a lot of different tricks in the arsenal of this actor, related to the process of controlled regurgitation, the scientific name of the process, when a person expels from his body any swallowed substances. Haji Ali was able to drink water in huge quantities, and then produce real fountains from his mouth. His performance included swallowing different items, such as nuts and handkerchiefs. He could then spit them out in the order that the audience pointed out. His final trick, usually performed at the end of the show, gave Haji Ali two nicknames: the Human Flamethrower and the Human Extinguisher. It seems incredible, but first he drank water, then some kerosene, and he could spit them out in turns. At first, a wooden house was set on fire with the help of kerosene, and then Haji extinguished the fire with the water from his own mouth again. The artist could perform such amazing tricks thanks to the special structure of his body. His tricks were not a scam either. Anyone who had any doubts during the performance could come closer and take a good look at everything. Miroslaw Magola. The Lord of Gravity or a swindler, a person with extraordinary abilities or an ordinary charlatan, or maybe a distant relative of Magneto.
Come and see.
Miroslaw Magola, a Polish artist, is used to the fact that he's treated ambiguously. People don't know what to think when he puts metal objects onto his body, such as pans, and they stick to the skin as if magnetized. Many experiments were made, and the famous illusionists watched his show, but no one was able to determine with accuracy the exact secret of the man now known as the Magnetic Man. The man himself claims that he noticed this unusual ability at the age of 15. He told his friends that he could control some kind of energy. However, these words caused only laughter. There's no evidence proving that the ability of Miroslaw is just a skillfully executed trick, so we boldly add him to our list of people with the most amazing talents. Rue Aning. Have you ever seen people drinking water with their noses? No? Well, in that case, now you will see one, because the ability to empty a glass with their nose is the unusual talent of this man named Rue Aning. Another part of his show is splashing liquid out of his eyes, so that he can even extinguish the flame of a candle with water. The secret of this unusual talent, of course, isn't simple, but it is quite logical. The fact is that the nasopharyngeal canal in our body is connected to the tear ducts. Maybe you notice that tears are always accompanied by a runny nose, and so the reason for this phenomenon is precisely the relation between these channels. We don't know how Rue Aning discovered this unusual ability, how he even decided to start drinking with his nose, but this talent, in our opinion, is very unusual. Alyssa. Here we have an amazing girl whose unusual talent shook the internet back in 2012. Back then, there was a video of Alyssa easily uttering backwards any words that others said to her. No, seriously, any word that you can think of, even the most difficult, she can say backwards in a matter of seconds.
They want to see if you can say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious backwards.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
She really did it.
What is difficult for ordinary people, Alyssa can do with ease. It's interesting that the girl never trains specially. It really is her unique, innate talent. She says that when someone utters a word, she just sees it in her head backwards, and then reads it as if it were written. Alyssa has her own channel, on which she records the surprised faces of people. She even was invited to the famous American show Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Okay, Alyssa can say any common word backwards in 3 seconds or less. Okay, here we go. Give her a word.
Tulsa. A slut. Airbag.
Gabri.
Contractor.
Rut cart knock.
Basketball.
Lab tech sab.
Camaro.
Ormac.
Hummer.
Rema.
Wolf Mountain.
Nat Nuam flow.
Red Oak, Oklahoma.
Amoalco Coder.
I want to hold your hand.
What?
I want to hold your hand.
Znaraoi Anatlai.
The Today Show.
Wasayada.
Kem Karan Koli. You have a party? You need a man who can entertain everyone? Well, if you live in India, in the city of Moradabad, you are very lucky, because you can invite this man to your party, capable of blowing up absolutely any balloon with his ears. Yeah, you heard us right. This is the unusual talent of this man. Moreover, the fact that Kem Karan can blow air through his ears was discovered by accident. One evening, he was sitting with his children, playing with them and inflating balloons, in the common way, that is, with his mouth. Then his wife suddenly asked him as a joke if he could inflate a balloon with his ear. The man didn't even think. He simply tried, and it actually worked. Today, with the help of this trick, he entertains the audience. He pinches his nose, shuts his mouth, inserts a pen with both ends open in his ear, and voila, the balloon starts to grow. Stig Severinsen. The man we're going to show you is certainly very talented, but he wouldn't be able to achieve world fame if he weren't a hard-working and selfless man. This is Stig Severinsen, a man who holds the world record for holding his breath. No man in the world can hold his breath for as long as Stig. In 2012, he was able to stay underwater for 22 minutes, although he had inhaled pure oxygen. The fact is that when we normally inhale air, it's approximately 78% carbon dioxide and nitrogen. To stay underwater for so long, Stig had to get rid of them and saturate his lungs with pure oxygen. The man broke the record, staying underwater for 20 minutes and 10 seconds, but then he waited for another minute to just test himself. The record holder admits that the secret is to learn to abstract from pain and discomfort. Of course, he does experience them while he doesn't breathe for long, but he knows how to stop paying attention to them.
6, 7, 8, 9, 22 minutes.
Rajmohan Nair. The last man we're going to show you today conducts fantastic and very dangerous experiments on his body. For an ordinary person, they can end up with trauma, but Rajmohan Nair has a talent and he's not afraid of electric current. An electric charge that would be fatal for a normal person is like a tickle for this man. He calmly holds bare wires, passes current through his body, and remains not only alive, but also healthy. In 2014, Raj was tested, and scientists found that he's capable of withstanding a current 10 times exceeding the threshold, which is normally deadly for a normal person. Hey, stop being lazy, it's time to use that brain of yours. Welcome to Brain Time. Incredible facts from the past, the present, and even the future. The power of nature and wild animals, amazing facts and unsolved mysteries. You'll find all this and much more here. Subscribe now, you won't regret it.